Alright YouTube, what is going on? We've got a new knife review for you today. This is a pretty exciting knife. This is the Ontario Knives Robert Carter Prime Flipper. So Robert Carter is the designer, Ontario Knives is the manufacturer, and they actually make their knives in, their folding knives anyway, in Taiwan. So this is a pretty awesome frame lock, guys. This is, first of all, an incredible value. Now you're like, why do you have two of them? Well, kind of accidentally ordered two. I ordered one. I had a pre-order on one from Knife Center, and then I had on my wish list a Blade HQ, and Blade HQ sent me an email so it was in stock, and I'm like, oh, they're local to me, they'll get it to me fast. And then yesterday I got a notification that I had a shipment from Knife Center. Too bad Knife Center was like 3 days behind on the shipment. They both arrived today at the exact same time. So one of these is going to my buddy. But let's talk about the specs of the knife real quick. So your blade length is 3.375 inches. You have an overall length of 7.95. D2 steel. 57 to 59 hardness on the D2 steel. You got a modified Wharncliffe blade, almost like a sheep's foot / Wharncliffe. Black stonewash finish, kind of like a black wash finish. Titanium handle scales. It's a frame lock, and like I said, designed by Robert Carter. Now the best thing about this knife is, besides that it's a great design, and is that it's $82.95. 83 bucks is where you're gonna pay for this. Titanium frame lock flipper on IKBS bearings. D2 steel, good steel. I mean, that's what Browse uses on pretty much every single knife he makes. Again, titanium frame lock, titanium pocket clip, titanium backspacer for $83. What? Like, unheard of. I can't remember the last time a knife came into the market that inexpensive. Under $100 for a titanium frame lock flipper. And it's an awesome design. The fit and finish seems excellent. This is a first impression video, but centering spot on. The scales are finished nicely. The action's nice and smooth. The detent on both of them is good. It's a little stiffer on that one. That's gonna happen. They're about the same actually. Maybe a little lighter detent on this one. Just looking for like imperfections or something for this price point, for what you're getting. There should be, and there's not. How's the grind? Kind of hard to see in this light. It's a Wharncliffe. How hard is it to make a straight line, right? Looks good. Grind looks good. Very sharp out of the. Yeah, that's definitely. Let's see if it shaves arm hair. Oh yeah. Whew. That arm hair jumped off my arm. Didn't do it on the video because I'm like out of arm hair pretty much. So, trying to figure out why it's so cheap. No play, nice and rock solid. There is a steel lock bar insert on there too. You can see it's hidden. That's a nice little bonus, so you're not going to get any lock stick. Flips exceptionally good. It's nice smooth action. Cool blade, really. Excuse me. Really cool looking blade. One thing I'm not a fan of is the huge branding. Carter Prime, Ontario, OKC, Taiwan. OKC is not stand for Oklahoma City. Stands for Ontario Knife Company. It's kind of their new branding this year. Guys, this is freaking phenomenal. Like, how did they pull this off for this price? I don't get it. Now, the Ontario Rat 1 is an exceptional folder, and the Rat 2. And they are made by Ontario Knives also in Taiwan, and they're about 30 bucks, and you get AUS 8 steel. They did have a limited edition with D2 and carbon fiber, and oh man, I did a video on it. I'm trying to remember how much it cost. It was like 50-60 bucks. So for a little bit more money, you get same steel, titanium handle scales, flipper frame lock. That's incredible. That is a value. This may be the. And how did this knife not win an award at Blade Show? I'm kind of trying to figure that out because it didn't get like the best buy. That went to a CRKT knife. I'm trying to figure out how this one didn't win, because I don't see how you beat it with the materials that they got and that they used. And yeah, I don't get it. 5.2 and 4 ounces is the weight. My scale's not handy. I just pulled that off the Blade HQ website. Jimping up here is pretty aggressive, but not too good. I mean, not too bad, I should say. Your blade thickness is 0.15. Pretty good size, pretty thick blade. Handle thickness is just over ½ inch, 0.51. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I mean, the pricing on this is awesome, guys. $82.95. They're sold out. I can't. Blade HQ had them. I must have bought I think they got 4. They're sold. Knife Center I just saw was back on a pre-order for them. So these are hot items, guys. They're gonna be one of those knives that is gonna be hard to find, because you get so much knife for your money. So much. Cool design. Robert Carter, the son of Joe Pardue, I believe. Grandfather is Mel Pardue. I may be mixing those two up, but I'm 99% sure that's the way it goes. And a couple knife companies are using his designs. And I'll give you a sneak peek for another review that just came in today as well. This is the CRKT Jettison, but this is the large version. That was a fail of a flip. There we go. This is also a Robert Carter design. So you're seeing a lot of the bigger knife companies, it's a pretty good little flipper too, using his designs, which is awesome. It's very cool. Based on a custom knife of his. So again, you're getting a company like Ontario here, and you have Kaiser, you have a couple of ones we reviewed lately where you're getting all these custom knife makers' designs at a very affordable price. This one though, I mean, this isn't even made in China, guys. This is made in Taiwan, which typically Taiwanese-made knives are a little bit higher quality, a little nicer. You've seen plenty come out of Spyderco, Ontario. Who's another company that produces in Taiwan? Off the top of my head, I can't think of any others, but Spyderco puts out a lot of their higher-end knives out of Taiwan. So they obviously trust the manufacturing over there to be top-notch. And this is, guys, this is top-notch. I mean, it's pretty basic. You got a gray finished titanium black wash on the blade. I've already seen one guy on Instagram, Joe Bananas. He was one of the first ones to ever see this knife. That's actually how I found out about it. He had one. He anodized his. He does a lot of custom ano work. So you got a lot of opportunities there for customization. So ergonomics are good. There is kind of like a weird, like this corner here. I feel it sometimes. It's kind of sharp, but where the flipper tang sits and you put your hand in there, this is not a huge knife. This is actually probably a medium-sized knife. It's kind of got a longer handle, but when you look at, I mean, how long is the handle? Let's go ahead and just shut it. It's well, that longest sharp point is 4.5 inches, so it's not real huge. So it is a medium-sized knife, and it fits my hand absolutely perfectly. I got plenty of handle there. Jimping on the frame lock as well as the top of the blade. The flipper tang gives you a nice guard. It's a nice Wharncliffe, modified Wharncliffe they call it, design. Again, this is on IKBS, so I don't recommend taking it apart. If you do, make sure you're very careful when you get all the bearings. The clip is stiff. Gonna be honest. Actually, it's got some decent bend in it. That shouldn't be too hard to get on your pants. Yeah, it's gonna be a little stiff, but not too bad. So yeah, there you go. First impressions of the Carter Prime by Ontario Knife Company, collaboration with custom knife maker Robert Carter. And dude, you can't go wrong. So I would get on a pre-order for one of these, because you're not going to be able to just randomly get them off any website. Those are the two dealers I've actually only seen them at, is Knife Center and Blade HQ, and they're both sold out. So they may be popping up, or hopefully they'll pop up more frequently soon, but right now it's going to be a really hot item, especially for the cash, because I can't think of a better value out there right now. D2 is not the best steel, but it's a good steel. It holds an edge a long time. So, and you have makers making their knives out of D2 and charging, $300, $400, $500. So, there you go. Ontario Carter Prime. 83 bucks. May go down as the best buy of this 2016 knife year. We'll see. We still got about 6 months left, but going to be hard to knock that one off. Alright guys, thanks for watching.